we're going to get started. So, welcome to a new month, a new week, a new challenge. And I love all of that. I love that we have so much opportunity just at our fingertips, but so many things get in the way of us moving forward and seeing every day the opportunity that sits right in front of us. And I wrote down something earlier today and I just had it and then I lost it. Um, because this is so true. So many agents, and I see it right now, especially with all the negativity, which is not negativity. It's things you're listening to. But worry is a waste of imagination. Like when we get our real estate license, we have this dream. We have this dream of becoming an entrepreneur and owning a small business. But so often we don't put all those pieces together and we just think, I'm a realtor. I want to open some doors. Somebody call me. And then we get so wrapped up in the negativity of it all. Well, why isn't my phone ringing? Well, I didn't know I had to do all of this. Well, I don't have any money to spend on my business. Well, I don't like just it starts to just become this negative mindset. And then everybody tells you, you got to have a positive mindset. And you're like, but how? Like all these real things are happening to me. They're really happening. I'm not saying that they're not because they do. They didn't say it was going to be easy. What they did say is it's going to be worth it. And I am living proof. Like I've been a real estate agent for 22 years, almost 23, somewhere in there. But along the way, it's not always been easy. I've had to be resourceful for myself because we didn't have all of this stuff back then. I got my real estate license and I was like, now what? And guess what? Nobody told me. Now you people have so many things you don't even know what to do because there's so many different things that opportunities that you can go and do because everybody's teaching you stuff. Well, I'm not here to teach you anything. I'm here today to help you create your own real estate abundance plan so that you can move forward knowing and waking up every day what it is that you need to go implement in this business so that you can go from being having an employee mindset to then having an entrepreneur mindset and knowing that your possibilities are endless. Like, if I could do this, anybody could do this. And it's just a matter of figuring out what it is that's going to work with your personality, work for you, and help you to go create because that's what you are. You're a creator. You're going to create a business. You're going to create marketing pieces. You're going to create opportunities for buyers and sellers to raise their hand and use you for their agent. But you're going to have to do some work along the way. You're going to have to create buyer and seller presentations. You're going to have to memorize what these new NAR laws are. You're going to have to find the right scripts for yourself and for your business so that you can educate your people in why they're going to use you. You're going to build confidence. And with all of these things that I'm going to help you with in the next 4 weeks, hopefully at the end of the 4 weeks, you'll be a little bit more confident. You'll have a game plan. You'll know what your lead generation funnels are. You'll want to wake up every day and get into your CRM and you'll just know what to do. And you're going to live your life instead of, so I have this saying, it's called above the line. And I ask myself throughout every day, I'm like, am I living above the line or am I living below the line? And how I established that was that I've read a gazillion books, y'all, like literally. I even co-authored a book. But I literally, I was raised in pretty much poverty and my dad was an alcoholic. I have all these stories, but no one taught me how to do this stuff. And when I got my real estate license, I was just like, it's up to me now. Game on. Like I was ready and I was determined and I did it. And I do some wrong things? Heck yeah, I did a lot of wrong things. Did I do some things that I regret? Yes. Did I do some right things? A whole bunch of them. And it's enabled me to close an average of 50 deals a year throughout my entire career. Somewhere between 30 and 60. I think last year was the least amount of deals I've ever closed in my real estate career. And a lot of that was one, because of the market, but two, because I was recruiting and training and helping other agents at Epic, because I got on in July of last year and I've recruited, almost 500 agents in my downline. And so I really want to be able to help them do this, because you don't have to have every deal that's closing in your market. You just have to have a handful, maybe one a month, but so many agents aren't even doing that when that business is right there in your own backyard and in your address book. So let's go get some of it. So I am going to share my screen, and I am going to open up my little short presentation here. And then I'm going to give you guys some tools and some homework, and and the rest is going to be up to you. It's all going to be up to you to do it. So what is this? This is week 1. It's the actual challenge. So I'm inviting you guys to join me for 4 weeks of this real estate abundance plan challenge. And if you do the homework over the next 4 weeks, then you will walk away with, like I said, your own personalized plan. And we're going to get into that. I have some stuff that I'm going to share with you. I have another whole thing I'm going to do, but first I want to just kind of go through these slides so that you know who I am and you know what this is about. So I'm Dawn Loding, and like I said, have been an agent for 22-ish years. I'm what I consider a career realtor. Like, I've made this my career. I've done nothing else. I've literally only been a real estate agent. I've trained, I've mentored, I've coached, I've helped do all of these things. And now I'm a recruiter. My business is all about recruit, train, and retain. I want to help the agents that come over to Epic Realty, not just the agents that I recruit, but all agents. I'm an abundance mindset person, and I feel like if you just help enough people in their life, that you'll get what you want. And it's true. It's happening, and I'm living proof of it. Like I said, average about 20 transactions a year. A couple of years ago, I decided it would be a good idea to co-author this book called Step Into Your Brave. Yeah, that was an experience. It was fun, and I'm super happy that I did it. And you guys could buy the book if you want to hear it. It's on Amazon, and it's very interesting. I and me and 9 other women have chapters in here, and mine just kind of tells my story. But I had to really dig deep. And writing that was very eye-opening for me. And so I would do it all over again, but do I want to write my own book? Never, 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 never. And so I think of life like differently now, though. It's like, okay, those chapters are all done. I'm done with that. It's time for a new chapter. And that's kind of where I am in my life right now. I'm just writing this new chapter, and my whole program is part of that. I have 4 sons, 7 grandsons, and y'all, my youngest son just went into the military. He joined the Marines. He just went to boot camp. Last week was his last day in my house, and now he's at boot camp. And I'm getting all these messages and learning all about the military and all this stuff. And I'm just so proud of him. It's hard to be sad when I'm so stinking proud that he thinks he could go do this. And he's 20 years old. And he didn't have to do that. Like, he just did it. Like, he's going to go make the most that he can of his life. And so can you. We all can. Because if I could do it, anybody could do it. And, last but not least, I'm a survivor of childhood trauma. I had a lot of shit go on in my childhood that, the odds were against me. Most people said she'll never amount to anything. And I was like determined to prove them wrong. And I have, and I'm very happy about that. And, that's all of that. I just tell you to say that if I could do this, anyone can. And I want to show you how. And I've created this system, this space where every week I'm here to answer any questions that you might have, and to really just I'm going to go over the whole platform today, but I'm going to plug you into different chapters. There's 4 weeks, and each week we're going to talk about something different. So I'm going to do the recording, and I'm going to put the recording into a new platform that I have. And of after today, we're going to talk about mindset, but moving forward, I'm going to put foundations, automations, and funnels into a platform. And then we're going to have Q&A every Tuesday at noon, so that if you guys have questions, they'll be answered. But I'm going to release those videos on Tuesday morning, and then you guys could go watch them. I'll go over a little bit with you every week, but then the homework is all in there, and it's all going to be up to you to go do it. So we're going to dig into mindset today. Week 2 is all about your real estate foundations, your CRM, your branding, your learning how to use Canva, learning what do you market, how do you do all of that. Automations are really all about taking a lot of this stuff, turning it into automations so that you're not recreating the wheel every single time that you have a transaction or need to do a marketing piece or whatever. Like I have 3 different VAs, and those are automations. Opening up my planner every day, it's an automation. Like, what can you automate in your life so that I'm all about systemize, automate, and then delegate. So that's what we talk about. And I do share a lot of automations with you that you can download into your own Google Drive, kind of have your own business in a box, spreadsheets, all kinds of stuff. We'll get into that. And then lead generation funnels. Once you get all this other stuff right and dialed in, then it's time to figure out what lead generation funnels can you create for your business that can flow into your world, your CRM. So we're going to talk about that. And a lot of this is mindset, you guys. I start with mindset for a reason, because it's the most important part of this business. Whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you are correct. And your outcome will only be determined on that. Because if you wake up every day and you think, this is crap, I'm not going to do any of this, this is just ridiculous. And like, if you just have that mindset, what are you going to go create? What are you going to do? You're not going to do anything. You're going to sit there and wait. Hopefully the right person will call and want to buy a house, but don't do that. Like, just go create your life. You have to go create the things that I'm going to share with you so that you could get the marketing done and get it out into the world so that those people will be calling you. And then once you're in your pipeline and in your CRM, then that's when the magic starts to happen. I got a call yesterday from one of my agents on my team, Beth, and she said, Dawn, Fred and Bianca are ready to buy, and they called, and she had a question about the contract. She's like showing them houses, and I'm just like, that's awesome, because they're in our pipeline, they get our stuff. They weren't ready when we thought they were. They said, we're going to hold off a little bit, but because I've done the right things over this time, they're about to buy like their, I don't know, 3rd transaction from us. And so boom, done. But you guys, this saying right here from Tony Robbins, what we focus on, I mean, if you screenshot this and look at this every morning, what we focus on determines how we feel, and how we feel, our state of mind, powerfully influences our actions and our interactions. You need to remember that every single day. Live above the line. Oh, back to above the line. So I just kind of drew this line in my head, and I asked myself all day, am I living above the line or am I living below the line? Below the line is negativity. It's drama. It's stressful things that happen throughout my day. And they happen all day long. Let me tell you, they do. I get calls. I like lead a lot of area leader stuff at Epic, and I get calls all day, every day. It happens, but I get off the call. I try to answer and do things the best I can. And then I just get back above the line. What do I need to do? I need to stop and focus on grounding myself in what I need to do, and where I'm going and what my goals are. And a lot of times I'll open up my own business plan, AKA abundance plan, and just look at that and be like, oh yeah, I'm over here. I need to do this. Like, this is where I create. And so I just get myself back in above the line. So you got to be like a fly on the wall and know where your thoughts are all day, every day, and what you're working on. So I want to touch base on a few of these different things. So Angela Kristen Taylor, She's our Georgia broker, and she was my coach, my real estate coach for about 3 years. And she really helped me work through a lot of that old trauma, which come to find out now, my parents were, I was born in 1969. My parents were parents in the 70s. They just didn't have their shit together, right? Like they just literally were a little bit like they didn't mean to. They loved me. Now I just call it childhood trauma. It's really not, a lot of it is kind of traumatizing. My dad was an alcoholic and they did a lot of things, and I saw a lot of things kids should not have seen. And I've been through a lot. And I'll spare you all of those details because we all have those stories. But you know what? They're in the past. They're in the past, and it's time to just let them rest there. It's time to forgive a lot of that stuff. And it's time to just realize that you're writing your own book, your life book, and you have to close those chapters and you have to just rest from them. But at the same time, you do sometimes have to figure out what are the triggers that are going on in your daily life. Like, is it scarcity? Is it living in scarcity? Is it living in survival mode? That was a huge one for me. I would realize that I was living in survival mode and just be like, freeze. I would just freeze. I would just be like, I can't do anything because I'm just doing my best to get by and survive. But we're all in a different place. But I mean, most likely because life happens, we all have some kind of this situation in our past. And you just have to ask yourself, where are you with all of this? Are you in survival mode, paying bills, living from paycheck to paycheck, have piles of papers in your office that you need to go through, and you need to, you need to get into your QuickBooks, you need to address the IRS or the past due bills or all this stuff. But once you learn that you can have power over all of that stuff, you can get in there and create a spreadsheet. You might not have the money today to pay the stuff, but get it down. Know what it is. Know where you are. You're never going to get out of where you are unless you address where you are. So if you just set a goal for 3 months down the road that you're going to get all of this stuff together, then go get it together and just do the work. And then things will start to change for you. I promise they will. But you're the only one that can become the fly on the wall inside your mind and figure out where you are and what you need to do. Um, and also what stories you're telling yourself all day, every day. Just stop and take note of this stuff. Make yourself a little time journal and be like, oh, I decided I was going to be done here. So I did this for myself, and I decided every day my energy is gone at 4 o'clock. If it's something that I'm supposed to do and use my brain after 4, it's most likely not going to happen. I get most of my good stuff done in the mornings, and I just know that that's my high energy time. You have to figure out what those are for you. And what do you need to do to heal these things? At Epic, we all have 12 mental health care sessions a year. So if you need to use those, go take advantage of that and talk to somebody, figure out what your trauma is and figure out what you need to do to help it. I'm going to give you guys some great ideas here in a minute, though, of what some things that have worked for me. But remember, we can't live in the past and in the future at the same time. Decide where you want to live and live in your future. Like, the possibilities are endless, and there's enough money to go around. There's enough real estate transactions still happening. Just open your MLS and look at how many deals closed last week, in 1 week in your MLS. Or go to 30 days, because most of us only need one transaction a month to close to make a good living still, right? 12 deals a year, you could easily be in the six figures. So figure out what that is and then remove the scarcity from that. Um, and then just heal it, move on to the beautiful life that's waiting for you, and join me weekly on these. Here's another thing that kills: competition. I absolutely hate competition. I am not a competitive person unless we're playing Monopoly and you are one of my 4 sons. I'm going to kick your ass. Just saying, Monopoly, yeah, I am pretty competitive there. But in life, I'm not. I just want to believe that there's enough for all of us. And that's the beauty of real estate. Like, there really is. Some of us might be down here on this step, though, just getting started with our journey. And some of those that we watch might be up here. But I just want you guys to remember that everyone that's up here on stair number 10 of their business, they used to be down here. They started here. We all started in the same place. We all took the same test. We all passed and moved on and got our real estate license. We all, have tried to figure this out. Some have been more successful than others, but that's okay. It's just not your time yet, but it is now. Now is your time. I am confident that the agents that are going to make it through right now and who do the right thing over the next year are going to be set up for the rest of their lives with this real estate business. The business is still going on. We're just consultants. That's it. We're real estate agents, but we're consultants. We know our stuff about this real estate business. And it's just our job to put together the things to show our clients that that's who we are. So we all started at zero. Let's move on. And now let's see, I'm going to go over this here in a little bit. The plan, I'm going to get out of this presentation here in a short minute, and we're going to move on. I'm going to give you guys some stuff to take home. Here are some ideas, though. These are just some of the things that I have done over the past years that have really helped me to stay aligned, to really get aligned, and then to stay aligned. And one is this plan. What's your vision? Like, where do you want to go? I'm going to suggest a book for you guys to read, only one book over the next 4 weeks. And a lot of you have probably already read it, but it's this. And I have the link. I'm going to share the link with you. It's Amazon if you want, but the 12-week here, I think, is phenomenal for figuring out your vision and figuring out the tactics to make it work. So this is a phenomenal book and one of the ones I think that would really help you guys through this. But and a chapter in there is on creating your vision and how to figure that out. Like, I remember when I first started reading this book like 7 years ago, I was like, man, I don't know. I just want to make some money. Like, it was not. Now, I got a vision for 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, and I'm like just moving right through and making it all happen. But you got to kind of figure out where you want to be and then design your roadmap to get there. Meditations are amazing. YouTube has a ton of free guided meditations. I love a lot of these new future self thinking meditations where they just guide you through and you just sit in silence. You kind of focus on where you're going to be and who you want to be. And it really does kind of set the pace for you to go out there and connect and with your purpose and figure all that out. Reading, always reading something. I'm reading at least usually 3 books at a time. Love Audible. So if you don't like to read, Audible's amazing. Inspiring YouTube videos. Make sure that what you're reading and listening to is inspiring and not all the drama. I know it's so hard with the election year and the NAR stuff and all of that, but if you get yourself caught up in all those negative videos on social media, you're just going to get lost and you're going to be below the line. So you just got to realize when you're there and say, oop, got to get myself back over here. I do like to get updated on what's going on current events, but then I like to remove myself because there's nothing I could do about all that. But I want to know what's going on. And so only do what you can only do so much. So exercise is really important. Getting yourself into some kind of action. Yoga with Adriene is phenomenal for you ladies who are hitting menopause and who are, I'm 55 and I love yoga with Adriene, or I love going for a walk. When I don't do it, I start to kind of tense up and I just know it and can feel it. But Yoga with Adriene is a free YouTube series that is amazing that I have done for about 7 years now. Figure out what your intentions are to get those goals then. So if your intention is to master your CRM, Lofty, then one of your intentions daily needs to be to go in and watch those videos and get your Lofty account all set up. So figure out what they are. I'm going to give you guys more tools here in a minute, but healthy lifestyle helps, and always have a coach. I'll be your free coach. Just join me through this. I don't charge for anything, never will. Don't want to be a one-on-one coach. I will help you though. If you need a call, I'm going to show you how to get a hold of me. And I'm here for you, but I prefer to just be in these weekly calls and to do the Q&A here. But if you ever find yourself in a place where you need me, then just let me know. Okay, so this is a new platform that I am using. It is called School. It's an app. You could download it on your phone. You could open it on the internet. It's where I'm going to be storing all of my tools from this point forward. And I love it because it's just so easy, and it's a community. Sylvia Dana has all of her stuff in here as well, and I love that. I love all of her content. I'm going to point you to her stuff here in a minute, but when you log in, I'm going to share this link with you. In fact, let me just do this really quick. Let me share this link in the this right here. Copy. I'm going to put this in the chat. Oh, I have a question in the chat. I forget to look at that. Lisa says, I'm in. Paste. Okay, there's the link for School. So Freedom to Flourish through Real Estate, that's the link. Once you get in, it's going to look like this, and you just click join group. It's free, and it's a work in progress. So you guys are here right now. Once you get logged in, week 1 is the only one that's in here. So if you go to Classroom, this is really important. If you go to Classroom, you can see where everything is. So this week 1 is the only one that I have uploaded so far. But this is what's to come. This is the challenge. This is just the overview of what this is. And so this is it. After years of grappling with overwhelm and stress, I created a powerful system to help me achieve organization, focus, inspiration, and motivation in my real estate business. This system empowered me to close more deals and embrace the freedom to truly flourish. Inspired by my own transformation, I'm excited to share this proven approach with agents like you, so you too can experience the same success and thrive in your real estate career. Join me for 4 weeks and let's do this. So this is there, but if you just clicking on Classroom, here we are in week 1. There's 3 different things that are in here. The first thing is the plan. This is the magic, you guys. This is the one thing that I want you to wake up every day and open it and work inside of. So I'm going to go ahead and open this blank one. And in this, if you will, once you open it, if you will click on File and then click Make a Copy, and then you can name it Dawn's Abundance Plan or Charlotte's Abundance Plan or Delisa, whatever, rename it whatever you want, and then click Make a Copy. And when you do it, then you're going to end up saving it to your own computer, and then you can star it so you could always find it. You could bookmark it and have it show up on your bookmarks bar like mine does daily. My plan is in here somewhere. I don't know. Well, I bookmarked it, but now I moved it and I don't remember. Power Hour, my goal sheet. It's in my goal sheet. So, but you could put it wherever you want. Just bookmark it somewhere so you know where it's at, and you know every morning I'm going to get in here and I'm going to update this. So you can change this logo out. Once you make a copy, this is yours to do whatever you want with. You can replace this logo with your own logo, like my own abundance plan. Here, I'm just going to open my own abundance plan. Here's what mine looks like. So I have my logo up here, and then all of the stuff that I'm going to show you guys and ask you to go do and create is in my abundance plan. Anytime I get lost, I refer back to this information, and it's phenomenal. It's just a reminder because we can't seem to remember anything for ourselves anymore. Like for me, I have to make a note of everything or else it ain't gonna happen. It either needs to be on my calendar or on my notes app or in my abundance plan. But by 3 o'clock, I'm like, man, I don't even remember what I'm supposed to be working on. So I just open up my plan and I know, oh yeah, let me go spend a couple hours in Lofty. Then I can just stay focused on that instead of being, all chaotic and not know what's going on. So this is what yours looks like. And I want you guys to take your time on this. I don't want you to do it all like immediately. I want you to take the next week on mindset and don't jump ahead on these. Spend it on mindset. And this is what mindset looks like. Your why. Why do you want this? And this book, The 12-Week Year, will help you figure out what your why is. That's why I say, go read this. Read a chapter a day. Like, just get into it and listen to it, and then you'll know what your why is, and you'll know what your vision is. So for the vision, and you could add to this, take away from it, whatever you want. Where do you want your emotions? You want to wake up every day and be happy? Where do you want your health to be? Do you want to be healthy? Do you want to feel good? Do you want to have not foggy brain and have a clear mind? Do you want to be wealthy? Relationships, business. These are all just things that I put on here. And that's it. That's all that your mindset is for week 1. And week 2, these are all on yours anyway, so you'll see. But here's your foundations. These are the things. This is the link to Adam's class. This is the link to Sylvia's school. So if you want to go in and join her school is phenomenal, but she's a coach. She charges for this stuff. I don't. I'm a guide. I want to guide you and help you create your abundance plan, but I'm going to also guide you to people that I think can help you along the way. Adam is our Lofty King at Epic. He has a free course. There it is. Sylvia has a ton of free stuff in there, including a digital domination calendar that you could go download that will help you come up with all kinds of things. I don't mind you guys getting in there and doing that, but I'd really like you to wait until week 4 when we talk about lead generation funnels, because that's really where you're going to start working on this. If you jump ahead and you leave your mindset and all of that, and you go start working on Lofty in school, like, you're going to miss the point of why we're doing this. And I really hope that you will take the time and stick with the mindset this week and work on all of this, so that next week when we get in here, then you can really get in there and do that. But I just wanted to show you some of the stuff that we're going to work on week 2, week 3, week 4, all of this stuff. I have so much great stuff in here, but I'm going to explain it all as we go. So don't jump ahead. But do go in and figure out your why, all of that stuff. All right, so back over here. The second thing in here is my Linktree link. So if you go to this, it's going to open up my Linktree. This is where you can schedule a call with me, where you can sign up for reminders of this call that I have every Tuesday. Here is that copy again, in case you lose it. Just remember, Linktree Dawn Loding Realtor is right there. Here's a copy of your VIP database. We go over that next week. I use send out cards. I use listings to leads. This is my favorite planner. If you don't have a planner, I love this planner. I use it every single day because I like to be able to plan and see my month ahead of me. And I like to see my week ahead of me. So I start with my abundance plan, but then I get that stuff into my planner so that I know exactly what I'm working on for the month. This is my YouTube channel, so you could go back and watch the recordings if you wanted to. I do have a private Facebook group called Real Estate Untangled. And then if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's all right there. So that is all of the stuff in there. And then I did go ahead and put the link to the book, The 12-Week Year, in here. And there it is on Amazon. And you could get it on Audible as well. So that is all of the stuff that is inside of school, which I love, and I'm excited to build this. And the beauty of all of this, you guys, is that you can come back next month. It's all about implement now and perfect later. Like, I do this for free every month. I may take December off, just saying. I took August off, but the recordings were all still in there. And that's only because I was trying to figure out school and get all that done. But now it's like, Let's time to grind. It's September, October, November. Let's face it, let's get as much work done now in this next 3 months so that you guys can take December off if you want to, and wake up January 1st ready to go with a pipeline of deals in it. And then let's make next year just be a phenomenal year. So that is really the challenge, is for you guys to come back and join me here every week, fill out your plan, and stay focused only on this. So